Okay, I'm Jonathan. You guys all know me. I'm excited to be here in the studio with you guys. You go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Reese, and I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Tyler, and I play the drums.
I'm Jacob. I play the bass.
Did I come through my little thing? I play guitar and I sing.
And you guys are in...
Sample text.
Sample text. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Sample
Sample
text.
text.
Sample text.
Great. Wonderful. So, how did you guys come together as a band?
It starts off with this guy.
How did we? Wait, wait, that's right.
Yeah.
Drew introduced.
Yeah, so I've been friends with Drew since kindergarten or whatever, but she introduced me to Reese, and he had been starting a band for a while there, or trying to anyways, and he needed a drummer, so we started playing together.
Actually, we had a drummer, and it was James, and then after you joined, I was like, James, you're going to have to play bass, bro. Because Tyler's really good.
Yeah. So we went through what? It was James and...
It was James, and it was David from Lever.
Right.
Lever's lead singer was our bassist for a minute, and then he started doing like lead singer stuff, which he just didn't have time to play bass in some second cut rate band, which I understand. And then I met Jacob, and through like a friends BF was my relation to Jacob.
He went over to, I think, buy something off of you or something. And he was like, "Oh, Jacob, you gotta come meet this guy. He's great."
Mutual friend Greg like came over, and I was looking for. I don't even know if it's because we were looking for a bassist, but just Greg wanted us to like meet, and I like started talking to Jacob, and I was just like, so like what's new in your life? And he was like, I think he said you just shaved like half a second off your like Rubik's Cube time or something, and I was like, perfect.
Yeah, I just got under like
perfect.
Like under 45 or whatever.
So how long ago was that? How long have you been playing together total time?
Like this crew?
Yeah.
Like 3. I don't know.
I mean, you and I started playing, what, 5 years ago? 6?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then I think
Jacob like
it was
3
right
or
after
4.
What a Pretty Puddle. Because
Yeah.
that was 21, like January. And I think it was like that spring or something I started coming over and jamming.
I guess like 3 or 4 years or something.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it difficult to get off the ground as sample text?
I mean, yes, but
We're
also
not
back
off
then
the
I wasn't
ground.
really...
We're still there.
Look at us.
Okay.
I'll be happy when I have a big fat bag of money and can blow my head off and know somebody will care about it. That's when I'll be happy. But I would say yes, but I mean, when we started, it wasn't all like, bro, how are we gonna fucking achieve our shit? It was just kind of like...
Sure.
I mean, really, it was just me, like, not being in, like, the previous band to Lever, which was, like, the store, because, like, all of them are, like, really, really good at, like, all of their individual instruments or, like, singing or whatever, and I'm just kind of a fucking, like, moron, and I can kind of do a bunch of stuff, like, pretty well, but... Basically, I wasn't allowed in their band. So I was like, we can start my own band. And that was like my main thing was just, I just wanted to have something to do at first. And then as we practiced like more and more and more, like it just grew in ambition from there. Cause I don't know, we put in like a lot of time. So after we did that, I was like, well, I don't want to just keep like screwing around, just like practicing. I actually want to like put out music and like play a bunch of places.
Right.
But it was kind of hard because of I feel like the come up was like during COVID, so it was like
no one was around.
It was like,
all the venues were closed.
Yeah, it was basically just like the few like holdout bars that would like let people play and stuff, and so there's no like indie scene or well, I don't want to say there was no indie scene and then like insult whoever was playing, but at the time, but it was like
It was scarce.
there was like a handful of bars you could play at, but there wasn't really any like private or independent spaces that you could play at.
Okay. What inspires your guys' music? Would you say that there's a piece of art or, any sort of media that any of you specifically hold dear or you find special?
Like specifically like aesthetic inspirations from
Sure.
like other
Yeah.
media.
Could be anything.
I don't know about you guys. I feel like mine changes like over time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's changed for me. Like, there wasn't really anything for the first little while, but like I'm getting into like some literature and like read like The Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
That's like insane, and so that's starting to have like stuff like that is starting to have an effect, like hellish and like antique things that carry a eternal presence.
Sure.
In terms of just drumming, I would just like when Reese showed me Black MIDI, like that Schlagen.
Black MIDI's not cool anymore, Tyler.
Yeah,
It
but
looks dumb.
whatever. The drummer for there is like just his chaotic and just yeah. I love everything he does, and
Totally.
So I draw a lot of inspiration, or I would like to draw a lot of inspiration from what he plays and how he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So piggybacking off that, what about like more general inspirations, not necessarily a single thing? Like, what music do you guys like as a band?
Spice Girls.
I was gonna say Starflyer, because when
Yeah.
you mentioned that, I had never heard them, but I instantly liked them.
I don't know. It just keeps like changing for me. Like, I feel like it's for me like becoming more and more like simple and like old. Where like, yeah, I feel like earlier stuff was like a lot of like Black MIDI or just like I don't know, like anything noise rock that like avoided like conventional harmony stuff. And then like I don't know, the longer and longer I go, the more I'm just like, I just really like Iggy Pop solo stuff. Like, I don't know, stuff that's like very odd, but like very direct and like not super showy is kind of like what I'm into now. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know, like I had a whole era also where it was like, I feel like arguably like on the surface, like the dumbest era of music where it was like the like 90s like super mids guitar stuff, but where it's always like machine drums. It's like
Yeah.
always fake drums, and then the guitars just sound like everything that was like an analog of like 9 Inch Nails, but like less cool. Like I would say like at its heart, it's like a lot of late 80s experimental stuff like Slint or like Sonic Youth or I want to say Big Black and Shellac, which is kind of true, but it's also kind of a lie because like Noah like turned me onto them like a couple months ago, so it'd be kind of a lie for me to be like, yeah, that's been a big inspiration for sample text. But
So-
lately it has been though.
So Steve Albini, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of unavoidable to just say like 90s big bands like Nirvana or like Alice in Chains. I mean, I've always thought that Nirvana is like the most interesting pop music that's like ever existed, and I think that's really cool. Trying to think of like super new stuff besides like Big Black. It's like very inspirational. I guess this is like super old, but like Glenn Branca is very inspirational.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you've then been playing together for quite a long time in Anchorage. Do you guys feel that you've had an impact on the scene? You're certainly one of the more well-known bands here.
According to TikTok, we're underrated, but
Where's my money?
I'm sorry. Wait, what? The question was.
Do you feel that you've had an impact here in Anchorage? You know, because I remember in the last interview that we did, you said that you didn't feel like the scene was flourishing, but you know, it's definitely come up in recent years, and I think a lot of that has to do with you guys. No?
I don't think that's
not us.
No, there's like.
That seems too
I mean, I
egotistical.
would hope in the instance of like, you know, someone can be a bunch of fucking morons and like make noisy music, but like, no, I don't think. I think it's on the backs of everyone that like actually did whatever they're doing. I don't think that we did a whole big bunch for the scene or anything like that.
Yeah, I think Tiny is like done way more, like immeasurable, like number of people and like number of shows, and had a greater influence in their shorter time.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, the only reason I guess Tiny's worth mentioning is they're the only other band I can think of that's like, I mean, their music is very different, but I feel like it's like analogous, maybe not in the same lane, but on the same highway as us. But yeah, I think they have done a lot of good for trying to get like young people to get going, because it's kind of funny. I mean, I feel super unk whenever it's like, oh, we need to get people that are under 25 to make bands. I'm like, fuck. But like, that's how I felt too, where it was just like playing with like 40-year-olds at Vans when we started, and it was just, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like everyone should start some creative thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the most beneficial thing to a scene, is just if everyone just kind of starts doing their own thing and not really caring about like fitting it into some kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Do you enjoy playing here in Alaska?
No.
No. That was quick. Is it the same for you guys too?
I was kind of joking.
It's definitely gotten better, I believe, with the certain venues and stuff. It's not just straight two bars.
Yeah, shout out Devin.
Yeah,
Big time.
for sure. Yeah, it's just, I'm tired of playing at the bars here. It's the same three over and over again. But it seems like a lot of people have been trying to, you know, expand upon where we can play, and
Right.
I do appreciate that, because it just creates, it provides other people to show up as well and, you know, express themselves how they want to or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now about the studio. I know that Reese, you and I talked briefly about how you've been wanting to be more active with the studio. How long have you been working in here? Has it been for the entire duration of Sample Text?
I'd say probably 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I would say pretty close, because, I mean, back when Micah, our buddy, was running it, which is who recorded Lewd and Languid, we were practicing in here. And then over like the last year and a half, I think. Sorry, I haven't eaten today, and my tummy hurt. But we've been playing in here for about that amount of time. But I don't know, I feel like I only like really, like me, got like super ambitious about like recording our own stuff. I don't know, probably like beginning of this year. I mean, all the very first Sample Text stuff was like, oh, I'm going to do it all myself because no one else is going to do it, right? And then it was like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. So there was like,
There's a learning curve.
I guess the first EP was like genuinely us on like just a Porta studio, like thinking with stuff. But then after that,
I mean, we were very fortunate to run into Micah, because he was a very big part in Lewd and Languid.
And I guess you even say in a legacy way like this album, because I mean, if it wasn't for Micah, like we wouldn't have this studio. If it wasn't for Micah and me like arguing with him over mixing all the time, like I probably wouldn't have learned anything about mixing, like watching it. So, yeah, like I don't know. I would say he's had a pretty big impact, either directly or indirectly, for like later stuff in the studio.
Sure. So, I've heard some rumors about your studio. Is it really as hot as I've heard in here when
It's
you're
pretty
recording?
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can open the door.
No, it's cool. Okay.
I'm glad that's all you've heard.
No, that's the main thing. Is there something else I should know?
Not at all.
Wait, what was the original? Wait, I feel like I derailed it with the joke, and then I didn't actually get what the question was.
Certain members of Tiny that have been in here mentioned that it's extremely hot working in here.
So it was actually like the temperature question.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like as soon as there's like, I didn't realize that until recently, until like recording other bands, because when we're in here, it's just the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get to like, you know, like this many people, it does just become like we're all having a nice little slumber party under a big blanket together.
Okay. So I'd like to shit.
Bro would like to shit.
Damn it!
Look
Okay.
at him, he's shitting.
I want to shift focus towards your guys' upcoming album. I know that's coming out somewhat soon. Level with me. Is it shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
terrible.
You excited?
Still, yes.
Wonderful. Good to hear. Is there a theme or an idea that you want to portray with the album?
Yes.
Yes. Would you want to elaborate on that?
No. No.
Yeah.
All right. So then,
Just
What is
listen
your-
to it.
just listen to it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
What does your guys' creative process look like? Do you ever butt heads at all, or? And if you do, how do you overcome it?
I'm the king of the music.
I wouldn't say we've ever butt heads.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Never.
never. I mean, he is the main writer for everything, at least
Yeah.
the basis of it. But I feel like we all pretty much stay relatively in our zones, and I mean, we'll throw ideas back and forth between each other, but I think we all have a very good understanding of how to play our individual instruments, and so we'll just play off each other's strengths and try and go there.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very often occurrence that like Tyler or Jacob come up with a part that I don't like. Like normally I enjoy it, and then I don't know, normally if there's like some little small element that seems like it needs to be changed or something, I don't know, we'll just keep altering parts of the song until it works. I feel like it's more fun that way, like
Yeah.
kind of like over spicing something, and then I mean, that's just kind of how I do everything. That's how I like record. That's how I write. That's how I mix. Is just like probably too much, probably screw it up, but like fix it later, like after probably trying to do too much. So I don't know. I don't think they've ever come up with anything that I don't like. And I feel like we've been vibing together for a while, so I don't know. I mean, I can't recall a time any of us have like brought something forward and then somebody's like, no, that sucks. Don't do it.
There's been a couple times.
Can we pause for a sec? I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I agree.
this just died.
And
For it.
BRB. Now let's
What?
pause.
dude. All right.
Yeah.
See you there.
See ya.
No, the refuge was
Yeah, me neither.
We're at 19 minutes, you said?
Yeah.
I guess the refuge is open now. When did that
City.
happen?
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, Robbie.
I don't know why Saoirse never hit me up.
They don't
Robbie.
they don't do shows anymore except for Evil Wizard. Only Jazz.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
That's great.
That fucking blows. Are you serious?
That was a good venue. Remember the Halloween show?
Better.
Yeah,
that was
that
one
was-
of the better venues.
Minus the big ass poles, the big ass metal poles.
Also the
They
best part.
elevated the experience.
I like this.
It really brought an elevated punk rock experience.
You were one of the people that swung from the.
No, I was not. But
Oh.
But the Ape Goat members did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that guy? What's his name?
From Ape Goat?
Not from Makeup. No, he's in his own band now. Kind of like emo.
There's only
Just like the long blonde hair. He was at that show out in Wasilla that we did.
We
Rebel?
didn't do a Wasilla show.
No. Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, it's not there.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think so.
When did we do? Are you thinking of Lever?
No. Thinking of our band, we did one. It was at some dude's
You mean
house.
Seward?
No.
Oh, the house show in Wasilla. That was
Yes.
that was the
you
Veiled
talking about the
Morbidity.
haunted house one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was Veiled Morbidity, right?
Morbidity,
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't part of his band, but it was that blonde guy who's kind of awkward. He's got
What other emo
brothers.
bands are there in Anchorage?
No? Totally lost you on that one?
Wait, what? How is he connected?
Yeah, I
to,
thought it was only.
Oh, Willem?
Is it? It's
Willem,
Pillar.
that's it.
actually.
Yeah,
Pillar
yeah.
of Autumn. It's
He was the
Pillar.
one who was getting
I thought
up
you were
on top of
I thought
the-
you were saying he was in, like in Veiled or something.
No.
And then I realized like
Anyways.
blonde hair, emo.
I think we're good to go.
We're good?
Okay. Just a moment, you guys. My bad.
Are any of these like outtake moments being filmed or not at all?
That whole thing was just filmed.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really into
cut that out.
I'm really into the like
Yeah.
candid. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the real
that's
me.
that's probably. Okay. Rob, you said we're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Welcome
I
back.
believe we ended last with creative process.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. Well,
Yeah.
actually, there was. No, there's been a couple times Reese has brought an idea, like played it for me or for us, and I've been like, I don't really know if that's gonna like sound good. I'm like, if I don't say
Sounds
anything,
like shit.
I'm learning this in real time right now. Like, sometimes this shit kind of sucks, but I just don't say anything.
no, there's like 2 or 3 that I've been like, I'm not really sure on this one, but I'm gonna trust Reese because everything he's ever done has been amazing, or like, yeah, and every single time it just turns out, and it's like some of my favorite songs start out that way, where like the one like, oh check this out, I just figured this out like earlier today, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, and I'm like, yeah, it could be, I don't know, and then yeah, like 3 months later, I'm like, this is my favorite song we're doing right now. So I generally just trust Reese to like make anything work.
So Reese, you do most of the writing. Are you all multi-instrumentalists, or do you mostly just play your own instruments?
Mostly just our own. I don't know if I want to say that I like write everything. I would say it's mostly like
It's still a
the
collaborative process.
structure. I feel like I handle like the structure and like the bass vibe. Not the
Vibe.
bass vibe. Jacob does the bass vibe, but I do the bass vibe of the song.
You don't sound insane.
If you guys are writing captions for this, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
The bass vibe.
I'm a drummer, not a
Jacob does the
percussionist.
bass vibe. The bass
by any
vibe.
means.
Okay. Piggybacking off what you said a moment ago, you mentioned that some of your favorite songs that you guys have played start with, what you just said, basically. What are your guys' favorite songs that you've written?
Everything off the new album, so check it out. It's the best thing we've ever done.
Yeah, you should listen to it.
Listen to the new album.
Listen to the album.
No skips, the whole thing. It's yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. The singles you guys have released are really good.
I would say, I don't know, I feel like for me it's, well, I don't know. I feel like Monty is my favorite one. Monty Loki off the new album. Just because it's, I don't know. It's a nice and sad song. It's the only song that's not like me just bitching about some shit, but it's actually about something or somebody else. So that's kind of why I like it.
Would you say your lyrics are normally bitchin' about shit? What do you take lyrically? What inspires you?
I don't know. I feel like I just had the like arc of like the whole like all of Luden Languid was just like, all right, this is you, like, and just like being like parody of everything I hate like all the time, and then I don't know, and then I was just like, you know, I'm just a sad guy, and that just became everything. I don't know. I feel like Fear Everyone was like the transition into that, and then I feel like this album was mostly all, with the exception of like, I don't know. I stopped being so like, or like less direct about like, this is a topic, these are the people I hate, this is the stupid mindset I hate, and just more about like, damn, doesn't it fucking suck living in this shit? Doesn't it? And so that's, I feel like most of the album is, yeah, just like current lived experience that like bums me out, or like childhood experience that like affected me, or like, or there's like, I don't know, a handful of songs that are like about other people that are like sad events, or there's maybe 2 on there that I would say are just kind of like straight metaphor for the world at large. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember the original question.
No, I was asking about how you're inspired lyrically. And I think you answered that pretty well.
Okay, cool. So in conclusion, I'm inspired lyrically.
Great. That's a good thing.
What are your favorite songs?
I'd just say it's toss up between Eat and Witness.
I like Eat a lot.
Eat is just
I like Eat a lot too. I hungry.
it's just a great way to start the day. No, it might be Witness. I don't know. I'm still working on that. It's just harrowing and authentic, and that's all my favorite stuff about a song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you?
I really enjoy Fear Everyone off that EP. That's probably one of my favorites.
Fear Everyone is my favorite that you've ever made. It's so good. I love it.
I really love that song. It's a lot of fun to play. In terms of like the new album and like our most heaviest thing, Splitwood is probably my favorite.
You haven't released that yet. That's on the new album. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So listen to that when it comes out. The most fun to play is definitely Top Hat. And again, that's on the new album as well, but that was just a lot of
That you
fun.
should listen to.
Yeah, that you should definitely listen to.
That you should listen to.
Yes,
That you should listen to.
that you should listen to.
That
So,
you
Top Hat.
should listen to.
Listen.
To. Listen.
Right. So, what about the most challenging for you guys to play?
There was a time that Top Hat was definitely most challenging for me, just time signature wise. And Reese will write something and just count everything in 4/4, and in actuality, it's definitely not just straight 4/4. So thankfully, Jacob and I are here to figure that out. But
It's like I'm pop-brained enough that I'll write something in some stupid time signature, but like really, I feel like the Joe Everyman of music is listening to it in 4/4, because that's kind of, I don't know, I like a good head nod. Like I like that, but it normally just ends up being something like stupid. It's like if a stupid chimp was writing pop music. Monkey with cymbals.
Yeah, there's some stuff that we haven't put out that was super hard, and maybe that's why we didn't do it. But at least for like my parts.
Wait, like what?
Remember Cowboy Song?
No.
No.
Oh, it was
What
this.
the fuck's cowboy song?
It was like 2 years ago, and I was
I
trying to
don't
do some
remember
like
that.
16th note thing. But yeah, I have the released ones tough it, especially live. If I start it too fast, it's game over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
For me, it's probably. I normally grade like the hardest thing for me, at least live, and like replicating by like the singing of it. I would say probably the chorus of Splitwood is the hardest, just because it's like it's not like a super like high like scream or anything. It's just kind of like mid high, but like I really like it being like super, just like torn up screaming. But it's really hard to do that, like kind of low. So
Totally.
I feel that one is kind of hard for me. In terms of playing, Palisades used to be really hard, just because the
Good song.
vocals are like, they're like in between the guitar hits on the verses. Like
Mhm.
It'll be like outside the palette, where like left
Right.
hand is like the guitar, and so it feels kind of weird. But I don't know, I just played that one obsessively over and over again and got better at it.
Great. So do you guys think your sound has changed a lot since Luden Languid?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Next question.
Well, I bring that up because, well, I know that you and I, Reese, have spoken a lot about how you care a lot about the theory behind your writing. Do you still employ that in this album?
Yeah, but not as much of in like a jerk off way, where like I feel like in Lewd and Languid it was like, what if I switch to this mode? No one's gonna expect that. Bet they didn't expect me to ruin the song this way correctly. and like, but then now I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot more stuff now that's like, I don't know. I use it to like know. Like relationships between things, but like I think of stuff like the beginning of Monty, where that's just like not even it was just like, what's the best thing I can do that is like it's gonna start with like a leading tone like right before the verse part comes in, and then what's just like the most obnoxious thing I can do like before the verse starts, or like it's not so much about woo woo wow wow surprise surprise, but you didn't think I was going to do that. And like now it's, I don't know, I normally now just kind of write stuff, and then if I get really stuck, I'll like analyze what I'm doing with music theory to get like a grip on things. But like I don't really think about it at the beginning now, or in some like, you know, science-y like look at my big jizz puddle of a song.
So, Jacob, you write the bass parts a lot, right?
Yeah,
Or at least you...
most of them, yeah.
Yeah. So then would you say that are you well-versed in theory as well, or do you mostly just go by feel?
I have a good knowledge of theory. I took music theory in school, and I've been in music my whole life. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm at a stage where like, you know when you learn a new language, and it's like you want to show everybody. And then after that, it's like, well, you still know the language, but now everyone knows you know it. And so you're just like, oh, well, if I have to, like, I'll speak some, but I'm not like...
You don't need to show off.
I'm not trying to, surprise anybody anymore. So I know everything I need to know, and sometimes I choose to, like, flex that and be like, oh, this would be like, if someone ever analyzes this, which they won't, then they'll be like, oh, why the fuck
What
did
an
you do
idiot.
this? This is some bizarre shit I've never seen. This guy is
I feel like that's like the main reason I like stopped doing that is it got like so like far out and away from like functional harmony that eventually it just became like, I don't know, it would be like, okay, what if I did like, I don't think we ever put it out, but that thing that was like it was like where I figured out if you negative harmonied like parts of chords instead of the whole thing, where I was like, what if you, I don't know, quick music theory lesson for everyone. But like, so there's like negative harmony where, I'm trying to think of the quickest way to explain it. It's just like if you have this note that returns here, your ear would hear that almost equivalently as a note over here that is the same distance away, but maybe even not in key, like returning to here. So it's kind of just flips out everything over like an axis. And I used to do that sometimes with like chords, and then like modal playing, blah, blah, blah. And then I got into like doing modes of like harmonic minor, which already kind of like fuck up harmony a lot, or like normal functional harmony a lot. And then I was like, oh, what if you do like negative harmony of stuff in harmonic minor? And so you're just getting like these like disgusting chords out that like, maybe if you do enough of them in a row, it'll have like the equivalent like feeling as before. Mm-hmm. But it's very harsh. And then like, I feel like my final like step was like realizing like you could take like half of a chord, and instead of just either substituting chords with like a negative harmony amount, or like substituting a whole phrase with like a negative harmony thing, you could substitute just like half the notes in a chord with a negative harmony thing, so that like every chord point to point, one after another, just sounds like just noise happening, but there's still like, but the like melodic movement is like maintained the same, even though it's just like harsh noise. And then after I got to that point, I was just kind of like, I don't know, what's really the difference between this and just not knowing anything? So I just kind of stopped giving a shit about music theory after that.
So the upcoming album is pretty lax then, you'd say, theory-wise at least. Would you say no?
It depends.
Depends.
It depends on which song it is. I still think it's... I think it's more interesting, but not in arriving at the writing conclusion through some, like, knowledge of something, but more just, like, choosing random stuff.
Yeah, at least for me, like, most of... I don't know about most, but a lot of them... the bass parts are, like... just written off of a like, oh, this is in like, it's kind of in like B Locrian, but there's like this other stuff going on, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then there's some other ones that are like, well, there's like this like dominant Lydian thing is like really important, and then we have to like figure out like one note by one note, like is this gonna clash too much, or is it gonna clash not enough, or is it gonna be like funny or whatever. So it's like it's mixed.
Okay. And I'm assuming, Tyler, you don't really care much about the music theory.
No, I put a lot of it into my playing. No, I mean...
He tunes his drums.
Yeah,
the
to
key of
Locrian and whatever the fuck these two guys are talking about, but... I don't know. Definitely not. I mean, these two are always trying to come up with that stuff and maybe clashing or maybe playing together, but I feel like I'm kind of the grounding force to still people can still bob their heads to it.
To stay out of the weeds.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Someone who might not know all about that stuff, they can still get behind the drum beat or, the overall tone of the song.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, you looked awful bored. As if
I started dozing off
before.
there for a few minutes. But.
So, coming back to the album a little bit, would you say that you've had any specific inspirations for this album, besides just what you naturally take in for your music?
Like aesthetically or like
aesthetically, emotionally, musically, your playing.
I don't know. It was a pretty tough year. So that emotionally, but aesthetically, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I guess it would go back to the inspirations we were talking about earlier, just like Black Midi or Slint or Glenn Branca, like things that are just very, very, very like harsh harmony. Like they kind of hurt you, like they're playing at you. I would say things like that because I think that, I don't know, I really like music that explores like a really, really specific emotional color. Like it's not just like sad song or whatever, but like, I don't know, like if I go back to like the 9 Inch Nails thing, it's like I like how that is. Yeah, I know, I listen to 9 Inch Nails. But like specifically the Downward Spiral though, I really like how it's, I don't know, like I feel like when you're outrageously depressed for like a long enough time, kind of starts to like mess with your humanity or your like empathetic elements just because you're so in like survival mode all the time. And like I feel like that's like in that album like a really, really, really specific like brand of like sad or what have you. And so I was kind of trying to like just explore that sort of stuff with the album, where just being like a very idiosyncratic specific emotion like all the time.
Sure.
I was just gonna say, I mentioned the Inferno, but like I've been trying to channel hellish elements as much as possible, but not like the like storybook hell, like hell in like
More like the DMV.
like things that are like eternally torturous, but not in like an endless pain. Like things that you don't even realize you're suffering. Like
the DMV.
like the DMV.
Like the DMV.
That's the whole album.
No, I think you
music.
realize you're suffering when you go to the DMV, though.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, just yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what sounds like the real hell to me.
What is the real hell?
And then I was also gonna say like musically, I've been listening to Failure, which is they have a kind of a spectrum of stuff, but a few of their songs are like really hard to listen to, and they're like unsettling and like they kind of make me like wince, like at my car, like go back, stop it. But stuff like that makes me smile when it's like people aren't afraid to like, yeah, this doesn't sound like you want it to. That's the whole point. It sounds like it's supposed to sound, which is like, I don't know, nerve-wracking and anxious and brutal, and stuff like that.
Is that how you would describe your sound? Do you feel that you like achieve what you're going after?
I think in general, artistic creators, if they're genuine, they'll never achieve what they want. I could probably just leave it there.
What about you, Tyler?
What was the question again?
Oh no, I forgot
See?
the original question.
That was my question to you.
Let's flip this around. Now we're gonna
Worst
start.
interview of all
We're gonna start
time.
interviewing.
No, it was about musical inspirations for the album, like specifically the album that you're releasing.
I mean, I definitely pull inspirations from like, this might be way out there and not at all telling of this upcoming album, but in terms of drums, it's like definitely like Presidents of the United States. Always a huge fan of that guy's drumming. Deftones, I'm a huge fan of, like just that style of drumming. And I don't know, like I don't want to come on like a high horse here, but like I feel like our music is pretty out there in terms of like what people most often listen to. So
Here
trying
anyway. Here.
to play to whatever Reese and Jacob Wright has, you know, like I don't know, like I don't want to be like, oh, like I don't have any inspiration, this is all natural to me, but like
But you're doing something unique.
yeah, and like just trying to get off the structure, especially because I'll go back to our last album or EP, and a lot of stuff I'm playing is just like rinse and repeat, and that kind of drives me crazy. So trying to just get out of the structure of like a solid beat, like just keeping time or whatever, like that style is I'm trying to get away from, just like break free from that.
Sure.
Sure.
I guess.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want. I mean,
It's already recorded. So.
you guys have any future goals as a band?
We want to
Any-
go on a tour.
Yeah.
We want to get the fuck out of here.
Please, we don't want you.
place.
Yeah. No, I love this place, but yeah, we
Yeah.
want to go. We want to go. You know,
Sweet.
venture out.
Where would you want to go on tour?
I think our plan was to. Do kind of like Seattle, Oregon.
Yeah.
I know geography, like some of the West Coast
Sure.
stuff. I think probably just start with that, at least. Still haven't figured out if we want to like drive the whole thing and bring all of our bullshit, or like.
Backline everything.
I'm thinking about it, dude.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like the biggest asshole. Like if we like play somewhere and they're like, you can't use 3 amps at one time, and I'm like, what do you mean we can't use 3 amps at one time? Like, it's our whole sound. So we're still debating how we want to like do that. Like if we want to just do it kind of the like stupid way, but the cool sample text way, and just bring like as much shit as we can, and then drive the whole thing, or if we want to, I don't know, just fly down there and then it's just like. I don't know. They'll just be like tour shows to people that have like never seen us before or whatever.
Touring is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
And
indeed.
that's the issue.
Yeah. Big time. Backup questions.
Ooh.
Backup questions. Extra questions for the.
You should still
Serious.
put them in.
We'll put something in somewhere.
Beg your pardon?
Pardon?
Yeah, I don't think I didn't ask this
Call
one.
the judge. Get
So-
some fudge.
Because you've got this album coming out, I'm sure you've spent like a ton of time here in the studio, right? How does playing live and playing in the studio differ when you're like playing the same songs?
Like practicing in here or like recording in here?
Recording or practicing, both.
Practicing, I never do vocals during practice because my job is just driving all day. So I normally just sing in the car. I don't really see a point. I don't know. When I used to sing, when we would do practice, or like when I've watched other people set up practices, it's just like always a fight with the PA, like not feeding back and dealing with that bullshit.
Oh my
so
god,
like,
it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah,
so I
it's
just practice vocals on my own, and then we just try to get like our instrumental parts like down as like solidly as we can when we're practicing.
I'm normally sober during practices. That helps a lot.
All right.
Are you,
I don't need to.
I don't know. For me, it's like I feel like practicing is just like how to, or it's where you figure stuff out normally. But I like to. I'm a little silly. I like to mess around a little bit. I'll just like be at a show and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new, and then sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going full improv, is what I'm saying. No. I don't know. It's really like the musical part of it, like my part that I gotta practice and I gotta memorize. It's like, it's whatever. but the like structure and the like improvement of it is the fun part of like practicing and recording, like getting things better instead of making them like good enough is the actual like what I get out of it anyway.
Sure. Is the sober thing all you have to say? Sounded like a call out to me.
No, not at all. I would never call you out.
Me?
You, John.
Okay. And then I have another one.
I was hoping so.
Can we include that? Can we like zoom in on his face and just him taking the hit? Great, perfect.
Zoom in on him.
Yeah, just
Taking the
that.
In between every question, just cut it in.
Yeah, cut
That's
that.
good. Yeah.
Roll of you hitting the vape to go between every question.
Can we get B-roll of Tyler shaking it?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pay extra. You're gonna have to pay at all for that.
Okay. Final question. I wasn't gonna ask this, but now I'm gonna ask this. I know. This is the
wasn't
B-roll
gonna.
question.
Charlie Kirk.
Reese, every conversation we've had at the end of a show, I feel like drugs came up
No, that's you're
every single time.
misremembering.
He's just
You're
always
crazy.
You're projecting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like.
No.
Don't say that I'm gaslighting you, because that would be you gaslighting me.
But how was your experience with lots of substances impacted your music
That I don't do anymore.
that you don't do anymore? Definitely told me some crazy shit. Yeah, so one time I was on Xanax and I just killed a dude.
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite story of his.
The bitch is buried in hope. But
Could get Africa chick
killed a
on this.
prostitute and put her in my trunk and buried her in hope.
Amanda.
this
That's
a
not even her
confession, dude?
name.
No. Don't do drugs. I don't do drugs anymore. I would say, like, in all honesty, I would say that very early on, when I didn't even, like, seriously, like, do music, I would say LSD was, like, very good for, like, I mean, I really, like, just dinked around with guitar, like, prior to that. I didn't really, like, have any ambition to, like, write anything or, like, do anything. I don't want to, like, add to the, like, lore of, like, fucking artists and creatives hate this one simple trick, like do a hallucinogen. But like, I don't know, for me, I don't think it's so much that stuff like makes you creative. I think it's more just like, as a kid, it was like, I always just felt like in like art classes, it was just me failing or like getting in trouble for like not doing stuff right. And so I just, by the time I was like a solid 8 years old, I was like, I'm not creative. I just suck at all this stuff. And yeah, then I did drugs and my life got astronomically better.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, got really good. I don't know. I would say that's probably the only like positive statement on any drug I can make. Besides that, I would just say don't do drugs. It makes everything harder and ruins your life.
So how big of a gradient is this? I remember you mentioned you're sober.
Yup.
See, now I'm curious.
I don't know. LSD has definitely made me a lot more humble and appreciative of definitely like my band.
And that's why we're better than everyone.
Yeah.
Just tons of LSD.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely.
I haven't done it since I was like 17. Like I just stopped doing it. That was like enough for me. Like the.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah, don't do drugs.
So Jacob, are you gonna finally become a good bassist when you take LSD?
You're saying I'm
joking.
not a good bassist. Okay.
I'm joking.
No, I think it's a fun little experiment. Just
The sober experiment.
Being sober is the experiment.
just raw dog.
It's pretty good.
Every single day.
Great.
I think it's very interesting to observe people change creatively. Not like just here, but like in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a distant observer,
Right.
and that's where I belong.
And all the better for it.
Well,
You guys ever gonna become a straight edge band?
No,
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I think overall, I feel like you can do any. I don't think there's any like stupid like secret magic to drugs. I feel like it's just kind of a thing where like people that are creative are like more likely to just go do a bunch of bullshit that people tell you not to do. I don't think there's any more magic to anything than that. And by and large, I would honestly say, like, don't do drugs, don't drink, don't smoke.
Okay. That's pretty much everything I have for you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thanks for having me in the studio. Listen to the album. Listen to the album. It's going to be not shit.
I hope.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Asterisk.
Now
Thank
get
you.
out.
All right. I'm good.
Hell yeah.